Howdy, Commander and listeners. This is Phil. Nate couldn't join us for recording this episode, so Sean and I are bringing you an episode of Encyclopedia Commanderica. And we brought a guest on to help us out. And at the end of the show, we'll announce the winners of our Eternal Masters Pack giveaway contest. We got a little excited at the end of the show, you'll see. And forgot about the credits. Nate not only created the song for the podcast, he also edits most of the shows. Our logo was created by Mr. Picto and extensively modified by Kelly DeLuca. Thanks for listening, everybody, and thank you to all the patronis who made this show possible by supporting the podcast. If you haven't already, you can join them by heading over to patreon.com/commanderin.mtg and donating as little as $1 a show. Now, on with the show! Welcome to Encyclopedia Commanderica, the segment where we go to the Gatherer website and click random card over and over, and then we talk about how we would, or would not, use those cards in Commander.
Eventually, after the heat death of our solar system, the gravitational decay of our own universe, we will talk about every single magic card in a Commander context there, Governor.
Why, Sean, your voice has changed.
All right, sir, I'm just gotten off the plane here, and we're just going to figure out what we're going to be talking about today on the Commanderin contest.
Hello, listeners. What you're hearing there is the man of literally 3 voices, Washington's very own budget Norm MacDonald. He's available for children's parties, weddings, and bar mitzvahs. Bradford Herron.
Hey, that's me.
Hey, Bradford.
How are you doing today, boys?
He has 4 voices now. He's gotten a brand new British voice.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, that was British? I thought he was from Australia.
They all sound the same to me, Sean.
That's racist, sir. Racist. I used to go to America with my friend Dan, who's Australian, and we'd stand at bars and order drinks and get confused looks. Like, what? They're different, but the same. What? So, Bradford, I'm going to ask you a question that was asked to me as a small child by my father as he sat me down on his high-backed leather chair. Justify yourself. Who are you?
Well, sir, I am a patron.
And don't get this wrong.
Oh, God, pressure. It's going to be like first grade spelling bee all over again. So I'm a patron of the Commanderin podcast. I've been listening to the show for quite a bit of time. I've been playing Magic since I was about 10 years old when my parents accidentally bought me a Japanese 7th edition pack instead of a Pokemon pack. So we've been playing that for a while.
We have recently gotten a whole lot of listeners from Japan. I think maybe a store has started playing us, perhaps.
Oh, so, God.
Konnichiwa, Japanese listeners? Mushi mushi?
Yes. Konbanwa, if you're where from Sean is right now. Oh, wait, no, it's morning where he is and night where I am. So, konbanwa, Japanese listeners.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Mm-hmm. You could be saying anything right now.
I was being a samurai saying good morning, but I didn't add the traditional have a good morning or your head will be removed.
As is traditional, I read that in magazines, Phil.
So, Bradford, you are one of the community leaders in our little online community we're forming here. You have recently started a league.
I did. It was partly inspired by the Tolarian Community College Achievement Commander League that he was talking about in one of his videos, so I decided to take it and put it into a virtual context because I can't find anyone in my paper meta, and we have an abundance of those people online, don't we, fellas?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Now, is that league based on the Sheldon Menery League that they're running in, what is it, Arsenal? Not Arsenal?
So it's a little of column A, a little of column B. So what we do every week, Phil, is that we start up a game and we have about 6 players. We are assigned each a 2013 Commander deck, unless you're Sean, who forces his way in and decides he wants to play Teferi, and not Prosh.
I just said no green.
And then we rolled those dice and he got green. So here we are. But what it is that every week we have a set amount of 10 achievements. For example, you get 4 points for winning the game, or you get 2 points for eliminating the first person in any game. And at the end of the all the rounds we play, we add up the points and we snake draft 3 cards depending on what you place that week, and which we can add to our deck and change it over time.
Oh, that's very cool. So it's sort of like Sheldon's. They draft 1 card after each match.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's sort of like Sheldon's, but kind of on in high speed.
Mm-hmm. We put the professor's method and Sheldon's method into a Hedron collider and fired them straight into each other.
Bradford, just on a side note, I forget who's currently winning the league at the time of recording.
Oh, look at that! That's you, Watson.
Oh, look at that, with my mono blue fighting against Derevi and Prosh and stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's weird.
Sean, you can hand me all those Sean bucks later. We don't.
I thought it was funny because in that league I start with Cyclonic Rift and none of you can draft it because it comes in my precon.
Oh, you're doing it that way? Where if it's in the precon, it's already drafted?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Everyone gets a soul ring, though. It's like the Oprah Winfrey show here. That's been great fun.
Yeah, it's cool to hear about that league.
At the time of recording, and this would probably be old news by the time you hear this, listeners, but there's a new Planeswalker been spoiled, and we like new Planeswalkers.
And even though the Encyclopedia shows don't have news, this is too exciting! We have to actually include it. Sean's very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone else read it. I can't contain myself.
I got this. So, we have Kaya, Ghost Assassin. It is a Planeswalker for 2 and an Orzhov.
To be clear, that's 4 converted mana cost. 2 and a white and a black, not a hybrid Orzhov.
No. Starts out with 5 loyalty. Its 0 ability is exile Kaya Ghost Assassin or up to 1 target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of your next upkeep. You lose 2 life. Oh, that seems cool. -1. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And it's -2. Each opponent discards a card and you draw a card.
That's awesome.
So good. It's so good. So you might think this has no plus ability, so once it takes damage, it's, going down. No. You activate that 0 ability, it scrubs Kaya, and she comes back in with 5.
Well, someone out pointed to me earlier today is that it's interesting. She has no plus abilities because she owes no loyalty to anyone.
Look at you with your concise observation.
I get them once in a blue moon.
This, I mean, I need this card. I need this card.
Yeah, this is a good
let's
card.
Let's break down the abilities quickly. So the 0 ability, I think that's... Well, I mean, it's got 2 applications, really, hasn't it? Which is either flicker your own creature to get a sweet enter the battlefield trigger again, or to get rid of a problematic creature your opponent controls for a turn, like flicker their Avacyn, then board wipe.
It actually has 4 abilities if you count those as separate ones. The third is, this is how she refreshes her loyalty, right? Because she exiles herself and comes back in with 5 loyalty. And this is how she protects herself.
Yeah, she comes in, takes out the thing that's going to hit her.
Or takes herself out and she's invulnerable on your opponent's turns.
Yep.
So, if I'm reading this correctly, one thing you can do is you can shoot their biggest creature and basically hold them for hostage. If you kill her, they will not get the creature you exiled back.
It's a delayed trigger. It comes back.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, because the trigger already exists at that point. It's you don't get a new trigger at your upkeep step. But it's a really phenomenal ability. So the -1 is okay. But that -2 is sweet. 4 mana for a card draw effect that also gets a discard effect.
Yeah, each opponent. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's almost like they designed it in a set for multiplayer. Almost.
Yeah, almost. And in a year in which there's a lot of discard effects and benefits for discarding cards.
And it makes me excited to see what else they're doing in Conspiracy 2.
Did you see today they showed some game store received a box, a big wooden crate from Wizards of the Coast. and it said from Poliano to Trest. So apparently Trest has been relocated to Fiora. Because Edric was in the first one.
Yeah, he was. And has some very Fiora-style artwork as well. So, slight criticism. And this is a slight criticism because I can't honestly say I'm not extremely happy to see this. Do we need another Orzhov Planeswalker?
You can practically have Orzhov Super Friends now.
She's the fourth Orzhov dedicated specific Planeswalker.
Fourth?
The other three are all Sorens.
I thought it was Sad Soren, Angry Soren, and now Kaya.
But no. That's three in this last six sets.
Yes.
There's also Soren, Lord of Innistrad. I mean, what other guild has that many Planeswalkers dedicated to it? I'm pretty sure there are guilds that have no Planeswalkers in them.
No, all of them do.
Oh, yeah, Kiora did Simic. I was about to say Simic doesn't, but Kiora filled it up. But, you know, Orzhov have 4 now. I mean, I know 3 of them can't be on the battlefield at the same time as each other, but boo-hoo. But, you know, in the last 6 sets, we've had 3 Orzhov Planeswalkers. We've had, Sad Soren, Angry Soren, and Kaya. Is that good or a bad thing? Or does it just show that the different design teams for the sets don't talk to each other as much as maybe they should? Or do we care?
I think they missed an opportunity in this one to have an Esper Planeswalker.
Yeah, in the story, the excellent Kelly Dick story, I thought that she had a lot of blue interactions, a lot of pre-thinking, and I was expecting an Esper Planeswalker, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Definitely no green, definitely no red, but Esper all the way. Oh well. So, she's a Planeswalker, we don't know much about her. Where's she from? I had a theory, but...
Well, go on.
Well,
what is your theory?
I think, so in the story, Kaya Ghost Assassin, from a few weeks ago's Mothership, when you listen to this, listeners. So she's wears sort of snazzy clothes and stuff, but she claims she's from an aristocratic family, and she can shift between the realms of ghosts and spirits and the living. I think she is a relation of one of the Orzhov Syndicate, and she's Ravnican. Any other opinions?
Great, A+.
Yeah, like it fits in so many ways. Anyway, that's just my theory. I hope I'm right, because we need more Ravnican Planeswalkers. Maybe she can go kill Jace.
What if she's from the unified realm of Elesh Norn and Sheoldred?
I would have just... I can't process too much. Awesome.
Well, yeah, she's an awesome Planeswalker. We had to interrupt the normal flow of our Encyclopedia Commanderica just to talk about her. It's awesome. All right, well, we invited Bradford on. Let's put him to work.
Oh.
So, Bradford. Card 1.
Card number 1. Circle of Protection Black. 1 in a white. Enchantment. 1 generic mana. The next time a black source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage.
So it has to be a black source. I think we can broaden our criticism to all of the circles of protection, can't we?
Yes, we can.
What, even Circle of Protection artifact?
Wait a minute.
Is a thing. It does exist.
Yep.
So these were real houses back in early Magic. In 60 card, 20 life Magic. You would run these, at least sideboard them if you were seriously a white player. There is a Commander version of this card, I think, called Story Circle.
Yep.
Which, when it does the same thing, it's 1 mana more, so it's 2 and a white. And when you cast it, you choose a color, and then you get protection from it, which is very good if you're playing against a monocolored deck and just want to say, no. But the other circles of protection, I've never even considered them for a commander deck. I don't know about you fellas.
Way back early on, when I started playing Commander and was coming back from a 17-year hiatus and only had that early Magic experience, I was like, wow, I'll play a white deck and I'll put Circles of Protection in it. And Fortunately, somebody who had a little bit more experience at Commander Magic said, I'd rethink that. Now, you know what my favorite circle of protection is?
What's your favorite circle of protection?
Force field.
Oh, right. So you're someone that doesn't like money.
No, I'm fortunate. I have 2 force fields.
Oh, do you?
One's
Wow.
unlimited and one's beta. So, and force field, of course, is for 3 mana, generic mana. You get an artifact. It has an activated ability for 1 generic mana. The next time an unblocked creature of your choice would deal combat damage to you this turn, prevent all but 1 of that damage. So it's not quite a circle of protection, but most of the time creatures are going to deal the damage to you. And most of the time, it's combat damage. So, yeah, you can work around it. It's actually not worth, if you don't own a force field, obviously, don't run out and buy one. But it's a lot better than a circle of protection most of the time.
Yeah. I got a Johnny Steadfast Ultimate off recently, which is -7. You get an emblem with, if a source would deal damage to you or a planeswalker you control, prevent all but 1 of that damage. That's... It was in my Odric deck where lifelink was on everything. I was like, yeah, I'll race you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'd run him instead, personally.
Yep.
If I couldn't afford... How much is Force Field? Like a couple of $100?
I don't know.
So, not
a
cheap card, kids. Anything else on Circles of Protection?
Don't use them.
Yeah, you can own them to be cute and say you have a piece of Magic's history, but yeah, don't put them in decks. Card number 2, Leyline of Life Force. 2 and 2 green. Enchantment. If Leyline of Life Force is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it in play. Creature spells cannot be countered. Where sovereignty and flesh converge.
Sorry, that killed me. Where sovereignty and flesh converge, the way you said it. Sorry, go on.
Leylines. This is one I've never seen played, and I'm not really sure why, because it's very good.
4 mana for creature spells can't be countered.
That you can potentially have for free at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it's not creature spells you control, it's all creature spells.
Right.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
If you really want to screw Robin over.
Me more lately. Jeez, I've been loading up on counter spells lately. So this card would annoy me quite a lot. There's a creature that's you see in my old decks. It says creatures can't be countered. I hate that thing. It's a behemoth. I can't remember which one it is. It's Gruul. Spearbreaker? No, not Spearbreaker.
Is it that beast thing?
Yeah, it can't be countered, and it says creatures can't be countered as well.
I know what you're talking about. I'm playing that in the league. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know. So, Phil, you're a green guy, and Bradford, you're more of a green guy than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Would you run this card? Where would you run this card?
I do, friend. I have it in Maelstrom and in Crewfix.
Hmm.
Because I don't want people countering my giant Eldrazi's. And it's nice when you cast Maelstrom straight down. But then again, it's always been on the cutting room floor for me for Maelstrom Wanderer, just because Surok does the same thing.
Right. And I think if you really want this effect, if you really want to make sure your creatures are not countered, you're playing creatures that can't be countered and also convey this, and that includes Surok.
So you wouldn't put this in Momir Vig because you want to counter other people's creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's one of those sort of creature-heavy decks.
Yeah. You would probably put this into Rurik Thar.
Rurik Thar, like creatures.
Yeah.
He's the two-headed guy, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. You have like 40 creatures in that, don't you?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Thar, not like creatures. Oh, Thar, you silly boy. I like to imagine that's the two voices.
Just one of them.
Just one of them's erudite and smart, and the other one's just a total doofus.
I said we were going to go to the shop today.
So our advice is to play this in creature-heavy decks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously green-heavy, because it's got the 2 green pips.
And anytime you use any of the ley lines, when you get it in your opening hand, how many times, chaps, because I do this all the time, do you get into like turn 2 and then go, I had a ley line in my hand. I do it all the time.
I only play a ley line in Karametra, and it hasn't come up yet.
Oh, which one?
Sanctity.
Nice card. I only run the blue one, Anticipation.
Mm-hmm. That's another good one.
I run the Void in all my black decks, so no one gets the graveyard.
Yeah.
Don't know if there's anything else that needs to be said about that. What's our next card, somebody?
Card number 3. Bog Elemental for 3 and black. You get a 5/4 creature elemental, protection from white. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Bog Elemental unless you sacrifice a land. When the bog walks, the wise run.
Here's...
Gitrog?
Yeah, is it? Is it, though?
I mean, come on, look at the bright side, guys. You get a 5/4 for 5.
Oh, surely it's got lots of evasion. Well, I mean, it's got pro-white.
Yeah.
This is a bad card. Prophecy was a weird set.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember, this was in the days of rampant swords to plowshares, so...
Just to put it into perspective, this is a rare. In the same set, Rhystic Study was a common.
Yeah. They hadn't calibrated yet. It took them a few years.
God.
Well, so maybe Gitrog, but otherwise don't play this card.
No, this is a bad card.
Yeah, even when I was building Gitrog, I looked at this card. I was like, oh, redone it. No.
But you get no benefit from that sacrifice is the thing.
Only if Gitrog is out. And that was the whole reason it went no.
Or Titania, but then it would have to be in the Gitrog deck, Titania. Card number 4, Mr. Herron?
Certainly. Gwillian Hedgemage for 2 and a Orzhov, which little splishy mana thing.
It's the hybrid
Orzhov.
mana.
Hybrid, yes. 2 and a hybrid mana, Orzhov. So 3 converted mana costs for a creature, Hag Wizard, for 2/2. When Gwillian Hedgemage comes into play, if you control 2 or more planes, you may put a 1/1 Kithkin soldier token into play.
Mm-hmm.
When Gwillian Hedgemage comes into play, if you
Gwillian.
control... Gwillian? Am I
Adding a
saying
syllable.
that?
I like the extra syllable. I think
Yeah,
we
it's
should
kinda
keep
cute.
it.
Sure. Just go with it. It'll be great.
Gwillian Hedgemage comes into play. If you control 2 or more swamps, you may put a 1/1 -1 counter on target creature.
So this is part of a cycle, the Hedgemage cycle, that had all of the off-color guilds. This I didn't know about any of them other than the red-white one, because that does cast Disenchant. So it's good.
Yeah.
Taser Orzhov Scion, where you
Maybe.
care about having white tokens.
Maybe.
Like, I'm an Orzhov guy, and I'm outside of that, I'm struggling to find where you'd want this.
You know what's really neat about this is you can bring the Kithkin into play and put the -1/-1 counter on it.
Kill it.
Now that's value.
Well, saves you the trouble of putting a skull clamp on it.
If you put 2 Kithkins into play, it might be alright. 3 mana for a 2/2 and 2 1/1s. We've seen cards like that before. Geist on a Monk and things like that.
Yeah. So this one's not very impressive.
No, you might put it in a budget Athreos build.
But maybe there's a Kithkin deck. I don't know.
If there's a Kithkin deck, I'm not sure it's got black in it.
Exactly. Well, our new friend Gwillian Hedgemage, we will happily have you over someday when we lose our minds.
Speaking of losing your minds, card number 5, Mindless Automaton.
Beep boop beep beep beep.
Beep beep, 4 mana artifact creature construct. 0/0 mindless
does have that
automaton
look.
enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. 1 colorless
Powerhouse.
mana, discard a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on mindless automaton. Remove 2 +1/+1 counters from mindless automaton. Draw a card. God, that's got a lot of text on it.
Yeah, it does.
So, this is a thing?
It's like a bad solemn simulacrum.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Now, I'm not a Eternal Masters kind of guy, or vintage, I guess, and Legacy. Why was this card reprinted in Eternal Masters? There must be a deck using it.
I don't know.
Bradford? Any idea?
Maybe if you shut down with Arcbound Ravager to put the tokens on him? That's the best I can think.
Yeah, Affinity might use him.
No.
Where's Johnny Crass when you need him? He'd know the answer to this.
Well, either
I'll send
way,
a signal.
So in Commander, I have never seen this used.
You might put it in a Agave deck.
No, there's much better cards than this.
Does it not become a draw engine in a Agave deck?
I've
There
seen
are
it
better
once
draw
in,
engines?
There, I guess, but if you desperately... it's in black, isn't it? So you've got card draw available.
Right. It's a lot of work to draw a card off the sky. A lot of work. You need spike feeders and stuff like that. And
Well, I think in Agave you don't. I think you just need a couple of the, like Corpse Jack Menaces and Hardened Scales and Doubling Seasons and all the stuff that Garve runs with aplomb.
Yes. So your massive setup with all of those cards is Mindless Automaton.
I think he'd be a B choice in a Garve deck, and I can't think of much more to use him in Commander outside of that, or anything that really cares about +1/+1 counters.
Yeah, I think if you're looking through your card collection and you've got your Gave list and you're like, okay, where's this? I'll get this, and then you realize that you actually don't have like 20 cards. So you put in basic lands, and then you're still at like 99 cards total, and you're like, oh, what do I put in? And this Mindless Automaton just sort of falls off the shelf serendipitously. And you're like, yeah, right.
You happen to have luckily got a foil one after opening your Eternal Masters box.
Yeah. And like your choice is, I don't even know what your choice would be that would be worse than this, but sure, go ahead. It's foil.
Phil, if you were talking to your old high school buddy, high school bully, and you wanted to insult his mother, I think you'd use this next card, wouldn't you?
Card number 6. Roaring Slagworm. Indeed, I would use this card because this is a terrible card. Let's just cut to the chase. 5 and green for a 6/4 creature worm. Whenever Roaring Slagworm attacks, tap all artifacts. Yep.
It's not terrible. I mean, my Sidri deck is terrified of this thing.
Yeah. No, that's true. There are some niche decks, your Sidri deck,
Muzio.
most of Muzio, exactly. A couple of the other mono blues we were talking about.
Malcolm Daxon.
What's her name? The Esper. Sharoom. The Hegemon. Duretti. Yeah. So if you've got a lot of artifact decks in your meta, then sure. If you want to run a 7 mana, 1-turn delay, artifact semi-hoser, Roaring Slagworm is your choice.
And you can attack through as many Wormcoil engines as you want to with it.
Yeah.
See, when I mentioned Wormcoil engine, which is also a worm, and that's 6 mana, and it's 6/6 with Death Touch and turns itself into 2 other creatures. That puts this one into perspective a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's unusable.
This is a crawl worm that costs 1 more, but taps all artifacts when it attacks.
Bradford, would you use this card?
No, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Moving swiftly on.
Speaking of impressions.
Card number 7. Terramorphic Expanse. It's a land. Tap, sacrifice Terramorphic Expanse. Search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library. Golly gee, guys, that's a powerful card.
You want to do a Nate impression, Bradford?
Landfall decks can be hard on the budget due to the fetch prices. Terramorphing Expanse and its sister card Evolving Wilds are decent budget options that show up in a lot of sealed non-booster products. Also see Myriad Landscape and Terrain Generator.
Please give me an Terramorphic Expanse.
Yeah, it's a good utility card.
It's any deck that likes landfall. This is a great one. It mana fixes. It's a little bit slower than a fetch land because the land you fetch comes in tapped, obviously.
Are you a starving college student? We have a card for you.
Yep.
It's a lot worse than a fetch land.
Go on.
It can only get a basic land and
That's
the
true.
land enters tapped. Whereas a fetch gets a typed land card, and it can come in untapped if that's the type of land card you're talking about.
It's almost like you're running a guild gate.
No, this is
Yeah.
better than a guild gate because it actually thins your deck, and it fixes, whereas the guild gate serves up whatever Drek is on the guild gate.
In our deck review group, which I submitted a deck to recently, I stuck a guild gate in the deck list to see if anyone would question it in the notes. It's not in the deck. It just is in that deck list that I submitted for the review.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So this is a good card. Use it.
It's a good card, yep. Especially if you care about landfall triggers.
Omnath, Gitrog, Titania, all of it.
This is great, right? If you look at this card, if you've got a guild gate in your list and you don't have Terramorphic Expanse, take the guild gate out and put Terramorphic Expanse in.
You won't
Same
be
thing.
disappointed.
If you've got another guild gate for some reason, put Evolving Wilds in.
If
Right?
you've got a third one, I would suggest Myriad Landscape, which
Myriad
is slightly
Landscape.
different, but still good.
And if you
Or-
have Maze's End in your deck, I think you should take your deck, put it in a paper shredder, and become a hermit.
Well, unless the Maze's End is one of the victory cons, and there are decks that do that. So
Wait, you're supposed to put gates in those with that?
I know I forgot something.
So use it. It's a good utility card. Go find one and use it, and you'll see.
Now,
Sure.
it wouldn't be Encyclopedia Commanderica without a classic, so we're going to go with card number 8, Rook Egg. 3 and a red for a summon egg. In modern parlance, creature egg. If Rook Egg goes... I love reading these old cards as they're written because they're so janky. If Rook Egg goes to the graveyard, a rook hyphen a 4/4 red flying creature hyphen comes into play on your side at the end of that turn. Use a counter to represent Rook. Rook is treated exactly like a normal creature, except that if it leaves play, it's removed from the game.
Oh my god, it says counter.
Entirely. It does. And it's a 0/3 creature.
Yeah.
It's not a defender, though, so you can attack with your Rook Egg.
You certainly can. You could strap a sword on this puppy bird.
Yeah, I think it would be funny to kill someone with an egg holding a sword.
You put a World Slayer on it, hijinks ensue.
It's in the exact Oracle text. What it actually says is, when Rook Egg dies, put a 4/4 red bird creature token with flying onto the battlefield at the beginning of your next end step. So it's actually worse than what it sounds, because it comes at the end step. Oh, God.
When you want to play eggs in Commander without actually playing eggs, here's your problem solved.
Yeah.
The original one came into play at the end of the turn.
It did, but I just thought that was jankiness of weird wording from old designs.
And now it's a creature bird.
Now
It
you
is.
can play your Phoenix Tribal deck without feeling bad.
Even though the art clearly shows some sort of drake.
It
Well,
does.
no. That's its first form, Sean. It digivolves into the bird.
Oh, there you go. Woo!
Would you use this in a deck, chaps?
Look up said Phoenix Tribal deck.
Phoenix Tribal.
Nope.
Nope.
You wouldn't?
The original Arabian Nights card, the colourless mana symbol with the 3 in it, is also red, so it makes it really hard to read on the red background. Arabian Nights was weird.
You don't want to go on a flying carpet there, Sean.
I want to go on a flying carpet and join the army of Allah.
And then we can go under the table and play another game.
There's some ball-shaped toy. I forget. Never mind. So this is a big. They're these little magnetic toys. You roll them over a metal plate, and the magnet makes them spring open. And I'm trying to remember the name of them, and I can't. I own like 6 of them. But
Listeners?
that's what the rook egg reminds me of.
Listeners, if you know what Phil's ball-shaped toy is, tweet at KetJack. Now, I know it's not a very good card when we start descending into nonsense jokes, so should we move on swiftly?
Card number 9. I almost knocked my Mickey ears off. Blessed Reincarnation. 3 and a blue. An instant! With a lot of text. Exile target creature an opponent controls. That player reveals cards from the top of his or her library until a creature card is revealed. The player puts that card onto the battlefield, then shuffles the rest into his or her library. Rebound. I was originally sort of down on this card, but then I realized that you can do it to your own tokens.
No, not unless your opponent controls them.
Oh, crud. That's right.
I was so down with this card if it didn't have the phrase, an opponent controls.
You're right. See, even from reading this card to deciding that, I had forgotten all about the opponent controls. This card is so bad.
Yeah, it's awful.
It really is. It's terrible.
Why would you... I mean, I guess if you were desperate to get rid of a...
Shieldred?
Shieldred,
Right.
Avacid, something that's indestructible, you might do it.
Yeah.
This came in the same set that had Reality Shift in it.
Same block.
Same block. I guess it's the time-shifted version of Reality Shift. So the dragons made it worse, I guess. A Reality Shift is a fantastic blue card that's just exile target creature, and then they manifest the top card of their library, which is morph the top card of their library, essentially. This is double the CMC. You get rebound, but it's just so bad. Can anyone think of a good instance other than desperately trying to exile an indestructible creature with this?
That's it. But then you, next turn you have to exile something else. So you play the lottery twice.
Yeah. No, it's you may.
You may,
yeah.
So I guess if the lottery turns up something that's even worse than whatever you got rid of or is still pretty bad, maybe you're like, I can't get worse than this. Forget using this card. I'm trying to come up with ways to make this card fun, and it just doesn't work. It's not fun.
I'd rather imprison things in moons, sir.
Oh, wait. If Robin is listening, this is a nasty card I hope I never see.
Oh, Robin. Oh, don't put this in decks.
Oh, he would use it and abuse it. Oh my god, it would be so brutal.
Oh, could you imagine this in Widwin or Dragonlord Argitai decks?
Oh, no, don't even say the words!
I've ruined it now. I think he took the bait.
Okay.
Bradford, last card, please.
Yay! Card number 10. Justice! 2 and a white for an enchantment. During upkeep, you may pay 2 white, or bury Justice. Whenever any red creature or spell assigns damage, Justice deals an equal amount of damage to that creature or spell's controller.
Damn.
Just to clarify what bury means, that means destroy and cannot be regenerated. So enjoy not regenerating this enchantment.
So is your meta filled with Cranko decks? Well, we got a card for you.
Oh, God.
And
this feels like a Nate card.
Yeah, Nate even left a note for us. This would be a good message of the week someday. There you go, Nate.
Stop.
So now Bradford and I have done Nate impressions. We will have to leave it to the ultimate judge of Nate impressions, Nate, to decide whose was better.
Your vote counts, America.
And by yours, he means you,
Just
Nate.
one.
Just you, Nate.
That's a sacrifice effect now, by the way.
Nate runs an Ashling deck. That wouldn't enjoy this.
My I want to say I know 10 people who run Purpros. This might stop that for a while.
10 people. Oh, Perforos. Someone in my paper meta who plays with Prosh and has Perforos in it recently said, I'm going to build a dedicated Perforos deck. We were just like, oh, don't do it. Come on, man. You already do it with Prosh. You worldly tutor up the Perforos and then start proshing us with it.
Does he?
Yeah. Why bother building a dedicated Perforos deck when you essentially already have one? What's the point? But yeah, anyway, Perforos needs to be hated off the table. Justice is a good way to hate it.
Well, yes, so we will probably see this in a later message of the week if Nate's threat. It is a blatant threat. He does so love finding ways to hose threatening decks, and this is one way. All right. Well, for most of our listeners, that is kind of the end of the show of interest for them. It's been wonderful, but we're going to move on and talk about the results of our latest contest. Are you guys ready for that?
I'm strapped in and good to go. And Bradford, I know you entered the contest, but the fact you're on the episode probably means you didn't win.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
As we all knew, all the way back in episode 53, right around when Eternal Masters came out, we announced that we were having an Eternal Masters pack giveaway contest.
Sweet.
And the contest we tend to run, we're going to run a few others coming up. But we don't want to spoil them right now. The contest we tend to run, my kids, Jessica and Logan, they open and read 2 packs of cards, 1 pack each. And in this case, of course, they did Eternal Masters. Our listeners then entered the general contest, and there were rules about that. You had to use the proper subject, otherwise you were disqualified. And they had to get all of the cards in each of those 2 packs correct. So that's 32 cards, because we're including the tokens. The patrons, Bradford is one of them. Don't tell Bradford he's one of them. He might get highfalutin ideas. The patrons entered the cleverly named Patron contest and needed only 30 correct, because I was like, oh, maybe the patrons should be sort of like green players where they're on easy mode. Of course, I'm a green player, so that was mostly for Sean.
I knew.
So,
did everyone see the easy mode diving at the Olympics? The big green pool? Carry on. Sorry.
So the prizes were, for the general contestants, and that's all of our listeners, they were trying to win one of 3 packs of Eternal Masters. Patrons, though, were trying to win. One winner got a grand prize of 6 packs of Eternal Masters. 3 winners got 3 packs of Eternal Masters, and 6 winners were entered to win 1 pack each. And the packs we opened were graciously provided to us by Matt Childs, also a patron. So when you go back and listen to episode 53, just for the giggles, you're going to hear the packs that Matt gave us. And this contest, the whole contest, was inspired by patron Nathan Freeman. Thank you very much, Nathan. The packs we are giving away were funded in part by Nathan, and really, without Nathan, we couldn't have done this contest. Yeah, so thank you, Nathan.
Very grateful, sir. Thank you very much. The Empire thanks you. I'll send him a special badge from the Queen.
So this was a very close contest. Many people got 1 card wrong, and because they got 1 card wrong, if they were in the general contest, they were just cut. And we had to be ruthless about that because we knew that we would get many, many entries, and we did. We got many entries. Thank you to everyone who entered, and sorry to the folks who got 1 or 2 cards wrong. We're about to read those cards. So another thing to remember, I did, when I was tallying them today, Sean and Bradford, I did enjoy the 1 error out term. So, like, it was just ruthless. I'd be rolling through the list and, oh, they got that one wrong. Boom. Out. Disqualified.
Like a sniper. You raised your head too far above the rock, sir.
And that really helped speed it up, of course. I'm not happy to cut people, but man, when we get as many entries as we did this one, you hit the 9th card or whatever, and you're like, nope, out, boom, and you don't even have to look at the rest. Another piece of advice I have for everybody is count your cards in the list. We had a few people submit more cards than actually come in a pack.
For those rare factory errors.
269 cards submitted. Every single card in Eternal One.
Yeah.
It's going to be right somewhere.
Yeah. I didn't know if the person was trying to provide alternatives. Like, there's no way for us to know that, right? And so those people were just disqualified. Cut.
Bravo.
Yes, it was.
Bravo.
It was so mean.
Hey, Phil, what were the answers?
Well, Sean, I'm glad you asked, because I'm certain that many of our listeners are wondering that too. So Jessica's pack, and as you know, they read the cards, but of course Jessica started some years ago reading these cards by using ghost pieces for generic mana and her own names for each of the mana symbols. So go back and listen to that if you want to have a good laugh. But here's her correct list. Are you ready? And Sean, I know you were playing along at home even though you're not eligible. And Bradford is right now probably checking his email to see if he got them correct.
You're a loser at the game of life.
So, in order of the way she read it, Borderland Marauder, Rally the Peasants, Prowling Pangolin, Seal of Strength, Warden of Evos Isle, Seismic Stomp. She actually used the word stomp when describing that, so. Monk Idealist. We had one person write Idealist Monk. That's a little different. But it counted. I counted it. I wasn't being a total jerk.
Good man.
Then I disqualified them. Elephant Guide. Elephant Guide was after Monk Idealist. Dream Twist. Now here's a card that gave a lot of people trouble because it disqualified a lot of people. Scoured Barons. A lot of people wrote Zealous Persecution.
I'm going to look at the art of them right now. So I'm looking at Scoured Barons. Sure. Zealous Persecution.
Right?
I'm looking at the art now. I guess. I mean, it is a big castle. It is Orzovi. The total lack of people on Scoured Barons is the...
The other piece of advice we have is one we've repeated a couple of times in these contests is keep track of what card we're on, because this is a common slot. So if you guess anything other than a common, you are guessing incorrectly.
We do them in order, yeah.
Yes, we do them in order. It's already hard enough. We don't want to deceive people based on that. Anyway, Scoured Barons, and then Milliken. Tooth and
Good old Millie.
Claw, Hydroblast, and the rare for this pack was Sensei's Divining Top.
Oh.
It's pronounced divining, sir.
Yes.
Oh.
It is divining only if you do not pronounce it correctly.
I think Sensei's Divining Top is a beautiful card.
Sensei's Dining Top is my new restaurant.
We also counted the foil, and in this pack it was Phyrexian Ingester.
Damn right it was. I want that foil Jester.
Kailash, MTG Kailash, Niels, he's one of our previous winners. He actually said, I could hear you cringe. And then the final card in the pack is a token. It's the 1/1 Red Elemental, or Token 009, for those who are following along. That's Jessica's pack. Now,
I got
Logan's...
all of those ones. I didn't win the competition, by the way, I'm pretty sure.
You should have entered.
Why did Sean win all the packs?
Lo and behold, I won all of the packs. I was as surprised as you, so I demanded a recount. But no, I definitely got them all.
Neither you nor Nate entered, and I was actually giving away a force field. They're like $180. Mine are near mint.
You can still give me a force field.
No, it's too late.
Damn it.
I'll send you all my foil prism arrays, Sean. You can have all of them.
Oh, man.
Did you invest in that? Did you think that was going to be a thing?
As an MT, I saw all the buyouts and I chose that card. No one was buying it.
You really... Are you being serious right now? You chose Prism Array?
No. So what happened is, Phil, I went to 6 different Battle of Zendikar pre-release events, and 4 out of the 6 of them, guess what the promo was?
Oh, God. Wow.
See, the card that did that for me was Ailey Eternal Pilgrim, so like the Magic Gods knew she was for me. I've got so many Ailey Eternal Pilgrims, when I give out prize packs to listeners, I use them as business cards and send them out.
You draw mustaches and beards on Ailey, don't you?
I write a little speech bubble that says modern and a little Phyrexian symbol at the bottom normally. Only 3 of those have ever been sent out, so if you've got them, listeners, enjoy. I draw on Narset. I've sent her out as well because I've got a few, but I'm running out of Narset. So if you've got one of them, you're in a small club.
Logan also read a pack, and unlike his Oath of the Gatewatch pack, which was I think Nate would call it a hot mess, he did all right with this one. He spoke a little bit fast sometimes, but that just made it a little bit more difficult. His cards, Bradford, follow along.
Ooh. If I'm getting this correct, Phil, the first 3 sound like some kind of psychological disease symptom.
Yes. The first card is Humble, then Duress, and Undying Rage. Of the Squadron Hawk, who pooped on a thorn-wheeled archer?
Riding a giant tortoise.
Riding a giant tortoise. Through a wind-scarred crag to eat some Llanowar elves who were hiding in fog from the phantom monster being shot at by a young pyromancer and a mindless automaton.
Yeah.
It's come full circle.
Yes, and after all of that, they needed some cabal therapy where they were asked about a maze of Ith.
Oh, your children pull nothing but gems out of their rest lot, don't they?
Yeah, that was good. That was very good. And the therapist, the cabal therapist, of course, was able to engage in some deep analysis, which was foiled.
Mm.
And then the token was Zombie 006. Now, everyone following along who entered this contest knows whether or not they were entered to win, because they either got them all correct, or in our patron's case, got at least 30 of them correct.
Yay.
Bradford, of course, has just realized he qualifies.
Woo!
Now, let's see. Let's find out if Bradford won.
Whoa.
But first, let's do our listeners, our general listeners, and see who won there. So in no particular order, well, we selected people randomly. I have a very slick algorithm I use, so all of the people who actually got all of the cards correct, and there were over a dozen. These people each won a pack. So if you hear your name, write to us, use the same email ideally, and tell us what your address is, and we'll send you a pack of Eternal Masters. And it doesn't matter where you live.
Is it a similar algorithm to the one I use for Wheel of Walkers?
I generated a random number between 1 and 100, and then I copied the value into a set of cells next to it in our spreadsheet, and then I sorted by value. So the person with the lowest value is actually the first winner, and then so on. And the person with the highest value in that is So Sad, So Sorry. Our 3 winners, and the actual order doesn't matter. I just had to pick a way to do it. Our listeners, Jacob Gordon, Barocan Scratch. You know Barocan. He's given us a bunch of artwork. And Clay Palmitiere. You have each won a pack of Eternal Masters. So tell us what your address is, and we'll get that out to you right away.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Yes, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget that part, Sean. Thank you for doing that. So now this contest we came up with as a way to kind of reward our patrones. And, of course, Nathan Freeman, thank you again for stepping up and helping us. We could not get a box without Nathan. We genuinely couldn't. They were all being gouged locally, and I couldn't find any more online. So here we are. The 6 single pack winners. Guys, you want to guess who they are?
Are they all Bradford Freeman?
Bradford Freeman, yes.
Who the hell's Bradford Freeman? Are they all Bradford Herron?
They are. I randomly selected, again, randomly chose people, and every one of them came up. So, again, the terms for this one were, of course, you had to enter to win, and you qualified if you got 30 or more cards correct. And then the terms were if you were entered to win a number of times equal to the size of your donation in the month of July. And then I just rolled, and so you had, in Bradford's case, he had a certain number of entries, and let's say, I'll just say Bradford 10, but it's not 10, but, there it is. And so he had 10 entries to win, and here's the way it came. And of course, if you won one of we started with the 6-pack one and worked our way down, and so if you won one of those, you did not then win one of the smaller prizes. So we'll start with the small prizes. 6 winners! In no particular order, our patrons. These patrons won 1 pack. Let us know. We'll send it to you. Justice Hughes. Cameron Faller. Russell Lee. Congratulations. I say that because he has tweeted about it through July. Jason Hill. We know Jason. Matt Childs. I think the fix is in with Matt. And Bjarne Christensen.
That is not how you say his name.
I thought it was Beyonce.
It's Bajante Chris Jensen.
Bajante. I like that.
Bajante Chris Jensen.
So congratulations to the 6 single pack winners. They're our patrons. We wanted to give something back to you guys, and we sure enjoy doing it. Now we go to our 3-pack winners. The winners of 3 packs of Eternal Masters. And again, in no particular order. Caleb Cornelius. Sandro Hodel. We've heard from Sandro before. And then another guy we've heard from recently. Bradford Herron.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah. Congratulations, Bradford.
Yay.
Yeah, congratulations to all of our 3-pack winners. And Bradford, welcome to the show this week, and we're hoping you enjoy all of your prizes.
You see what I did there, Bradford? I told you couldn't win because you were on the show, and I dashed your hopes early because I enjoy the taste of despair.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went through the 3 steps. Humble, then I was through duress, then undying rage. And then I realized there's only the giant tortoise, and then I just kind of fell at a calm.
Well, good work, Bradford.
Mm-hmm.
You successfully held back expressing that undying rage when you felt that bitter, bitter disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I will open all the balances.
So, yes, you'll have to send us a picture of each of the balances you open. So, our 6-pack prize winner. Awesome. 6 packs of Eternal Masters. That's incredible. I have not even opened 6 packs of Eternal Masters, and this person gets to do it. You ready? We'll put a drum roll in here. Isn't it a cool drum roll?
I'm playing that. I'm good, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're fantastic.
You're the next Neil Peart there. Get on Rush there, Sean.
We're going to have to start that drum roll over, so hopefully you can do that, Sean.
Yeah, I'm like that kid in the film Whiplash, but without jazz, because jazz is the devil.
Oh.
Wait, that movie was about jazz?
It was about the guy who runs the Daily Bugle.
The Daily Bugle. I thought he wanted pictures of Spider-Man.
He loves running jazz drum club as well. Anyway, this drum roll's been going on long enough. Who's our winner?
Our winner of 6 packs of Eternal Masters, Nick Eusenia. Congratulations, Nick.
Congratulations, Nick.
Yay.
Let us know. Everyone who's won packs, let us know what you got. I want to know what sweet pulls you got.
Please, everybody who's won a pack, just tweet us images of it. If you're really, really happy about it, just show us you throwing the cards in the air.
I left
Sleeved.
my foil Force of Will in one of the packs, so I just need it back if one of you gets it out.
Got it!
Yeah. If one of you pulls a foil Mana Crypt, my goodness, let's see that. So congratulations, everybody. Send us your address, and we'll get these right out to you. All right. This has been a wonderful encyclopedia. Bradford, even though it's an encyclopedia, the music is probably playing by now. You should take us out. And then I'm going to take my Mickey Mouse hat off.
And that's our show.
Whoa.
Ooh, silky smooth.